Exploring literature, Marxism, struggle for social status and economic power as seen in J. Gatsby in Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. Introduction. Marxist approaches to power focus on its relation to class domination in capitalist societies. Power is linked to class relation in economics, politics, and ideology. In capitalist social formation, the state is considered to be particularly important in securing the condition for economic class domination. Marx is the main features associated with philosophy and economics and history. The novel by Fitzgerald entitled The Great Gatsby gives portraits of the social living in America in the 1920s. Fitzgerald clearly described the characteristics of that era through the story entitled The Great Gatsby. All of the characters are observed more specific with Marxist issues related to class conflict and economic power. The role of class conflict that happened to J. Gatsby tells about how society discerns someone through his attitude, wealth, and social class. People from the proletariat class treated differently by the society. The bourgeois tend to show off their wealth in order to make an attention and keep their reputation in society. The economic power issues rose from the J. Gatsby. Its cause the bourgeoisie can control the money. They can manipulate politics, government, education, art, and media. It can be seen when Jay is still in lower class, he cannot live free and controlled by the higher class. But when Jay is successful and rich, he can manipulate and control the money, politics, government, education, art, and media. When he is become rich and all of the people honor him. Theoretical review. Marxism is applied to analyze the class conflict, the alienation between individuals and the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. The economic condition at that time caused the alienation between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. The bourgeoisie has more power than the proletariat who becomes the labor for the bourgeoisie. Class is a group of people who stand in a common relationship to the means of production, the means by which they gain a livelihood. Before the modern industry, the means of the production consisted primarily of land and instruments used to tend crop or pastoral animals. In pre-industrial society, therefore, the two main classes were those who owned the land and those who actively engage in producing from it. The class struggle in the Marxism has been the common problem. Karl Marx said that the proletariat will realize their common interests so that they unite and revolt. Proletariat dreamed about a way of life like bourgeoisie, a life surrounded by luxury and privileges. The development of the capitalism divides people into two classes, one who owns the means of production and the one who doesn't have the means of action. Analysis. J. Gatsby came from the lower class. He wasn't from the upper class. It was from the lower social class background that Gatsby was motivated to improve his class. Have been several attempts by J. Gatsby to increase his social class. The attitude of the Gats by changing his name from James Gates to J. Gatsby was his act in eliminating and breaking the chain of his family tree, which was the lower class. The surname of a farmer must be removed from the history of life. It was impossible for an upper-class person to come from a farming family. This is because the surname is very important in the social class structure as it reflects the class to which a person belongs. My memories goes back when I first met him. He said a young mayor just out of the army and covered with medals he got in the war. He was so hard up. He had to keep on wearing his uniform because he couldn't buy some regular clothes. I raised him out of nothing, right out of the gutter. I saw right away he was a one appearing gentlemanly young man, and when he told me he was an Oxford, I knew I could use him good. I got him to join up the American Legion, and he used to stand high there. Fitzgerald, 2007, page 102. 182. From the quotes about it can also be seen that the efforts of social mobility to become the upper class through the military have failed. This failure is due to the military experience, which is quite brilliant, did not change Gatsby's fate financially. Gatsby only got a Medal of Honor in the war. Even worse, Gatsby at the time could not afford ordinary clothes, so he had to always wear a military. He smiled understandingly, much more than understandingly. It was one of those rare smiles with a quality of eternal reassurance in it that you may come across 4 or 5 times in life. It faced or seems to face the whole external world for an instant, and concentrated on you with an irresistible prejudice in your favor. Page 45. The quotation above showed the first impression of Nick when he meets Gatsby at the party. Gatsby is welcoming him in a friendly manner. Nick is impressed with the way Gatsby speaks toward him. In addition, Gatsby is a big dreamer who wants to be a rich man. He runs off his house to achieve his dream to be a rich man. I'm the son of some I am the son of some wealthy people in the Middle West, all that now. I was brought up in America but educated at Oxford because all my ancestors have been educated there for many years. It is a family tradition. Page 71. Now Gatsby has become a very rich man. It makes people always wonder where his wealth comes from. So he creates story about it to make people stop wondering about his wealth. Gatsby cannot accept the fact about his poor family. This makes him do every kind of job to be a rich man, and he doesn't really care with the law or liar. He tells a lie about his wealth. He covers his lies by creating stories about his wealth and also his figure. Gloria, I want to know what Mr. Gatsby has to tell me. "Your wife doesn't love you," said Gatsby. "She's never loved you. She loves me." "You must be crazy," exclaimed Tom automatically. Gatsby sprang to his feet, vivid with the excitement. "She never loved you. Do you hear?" he cried. "She only married you because I was poor and she was tired of waiting for me. It was a terrible mistake, but in her heart she never loved anyone except me." Page 137. Gatsby, who were originally from the proletariat's low social status, eager to get the love of women who were from bourgeoisie, from high social status. In order to have his beloved woman, they need to be powerful economically. They were doing their class struggle. They tried to leave their past and pursue their dream for being rich. Although Gatsby had to do the illegal business in purpose to earn money, Gatsby continuously persisted his dream to become rich and get the woman that they loved by their money. They asked that Gatsby didn't, in pursuing their dreams, refer to the Marxist theory of economic power and class struggle. So the conclusion is the Great Gatsby referred to the Marxist theory, which focuses on the class struggle and economic power. Gatsby was described by Fitzgerald as characters who earn money in purpose to be accepted and respected by the society, and also being able to be loved and accepted by the women who were from high social status and that they love. Both of them know that when they get money and have economic power, they are also able to have power in society and politic area and get anything that they want. Their beliefs in the economic power pressed them to struggle to go out from their past and become people who are appropriate to be with those who are from high social status. American society at their time also provided and even strengthened an ideology which believed that in everyone could be rich as long as they work hard. This ideology opens a gate for Gatsby for having desires to be rich and possessed and mindset that they were also able to be rich and had high social status.